The conclusion of the NBA season only means that we're in for a whirlwind of rumors and trade possibilities. And in the latest one, we had that All-star Bradley Beal is about to get traded sooner than later. Matter of fact, it's been revealed that 2 finalists have emerged for his services, those teams being the Phoenix Suns and the Miami Heat. In this video, you'll learn just how underrated Bradley Beal is in today's game, why his potential trade is more complicated than you think, and potential suitors for his services. But before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. It probably goes without saying, but Bradley Beal is an exceptional basketball player despite the Washington Wizards' struggles. He's a 3-time All-Star that's averaged 27, 6, and 5 over the past 5 seasons, had 2 seasons averaging north of 30 in that span, and even shot 51% from the field and 37% from 3 this past season. In Bradley Beal, a team gets another great ball handler and playmaker, a mid-range threat as he shot an impressive 48% from their last season, someone who can attack the rim and finish at will, and a player that shot 40% on catch-and-shoot threes in 2023. Beal also has demonstrated an ability to play in a more off-ball role when paired with John Wall and Russell Westbrook, and even had the best scoring season of his career when he played with Russ. For those reasons, it makes perfect sense that teams have lined up for his services. And given that the Wizards are nowhere near contention, it makes all the more sense that they should trade him and head towards a rebuild. However, there's a ton of twists and turns surrounding this saga, a ton of which has to do with the insane leverage that Bradley Beal has in this situation. If you didn't know, when Bradley Beal signed his $250 million Supermax extension, the Wizards, for whatever reason, granted him a no-trade clause. Meaning, Bradley Beal not only gets to determine where he lands, but also gets to determine the compensation that teams give up for him. And you might be confused as to how he controls what teams are giving up to get him, but simply put, if Beal feels that a team is sacrificing too much to get him, so much so that it would hurt their chances of contending with him, he can just refuse that trade altogether. Thus, teams can definitely bid less than they would have under normal circumstances for his services, and the Wizards definitely will miss out on the best package possible. Also, Beal's aforementioned deal makes a potential trade complicated because he makes a ton of money. Bradley Beal will be 30 next season, but this deal will only increase with each passing season, with him making $47 million next season, $50 million in 2025, $54 in 2026, and $57 in 2027, where he has a player option at age 34. This makes matching salaries difficult in the short term, but also puts the team's cap sheet in hell. All of the factors that we've discussed thus far make a Bradley Beal trade rather difficult, but there are still a handful of teams that would still trade for this All-Star, one of which is the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are listed as one of the finalists for Bradley Beal, and it makes sense for a multitude of reasons. The Miami Heat have been a serious threat in the East for the past 4 seasons, making 3 Eastern Conference Finals and making the NBA Finals twice. However, they've come up short in both finals and could use an additional scoring punch to take them over the hump. With Beal, you have a dynamic scoring threat to pair with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, which is imperative given that their offenses come and go at times in the playoffs. Plus, this on paper would be the scariest version of the Heat in the Jimmy Butler era. The Heat were able to make the NBA Finals without Tyler Hero playing a majority of that run, so just imagine how well they do with Beal in 2024. Beal isn't all that great of a defender in all honesty, but with the Heat being one of the better defenses in the NBA playoffs, I don't see how this move would be a net negative. People are also suggesting that the Heat have to give up Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and at least their first round pick this year just for this deal to get done. But the thing is, they actually don't. Like I said before, Beal can control whatever compensation he's traded for, and if he feels that the loss of Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson will hurt the Heat's chances next season, then he can just void that trade altogether. Meaning, the Heat could somehow get Bradley freaking Beal for just Kyle Lowry, Oladipo's salary, and this year's first round pick. If you're the Miami Heat, even if the asking price is a little bit more than this, there's no universe where you can just bring back last year's team and expect to win the East for a third time in 5 seasons. However, another finalist in the Bradley Beal saga is no other than the Phoenix Suns. And in all honesty, given Beal's no trade clause, this is viable as well. The downfall of the Phoenix Suns last season was their lack of depth and the fact that Devin Booker and KD had to combine for 70 to 80 points just for them to win games. But with Beal, you alleviate the offensive load placed on those two while still having an amazing offense featuring Booker, KD, Beal, and DeAndre Ayton. Yes, I said DeAndre Ayton because he doesn't have to be in the deal given Beal's no trade clause. The Suns have yet to waive CP3, so that means the framework of a CP3 Landry Shamet deal is still in the cards here. Additionally, for those of you who don't know, Bradley Beal's agent is the father of the Suns CEO, so the connection to the team has more merit than we might think. Beyond the given frontrunners, teams I feel that could also be interested are the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks. The Sixers do have the salaries of Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker to match in a Beal trade, and a deal for him would make him a suitable replacement for James Harden in the event that he actually leaves in free agency. And as for the New York Knicks, you just came off an impressive season with Jalen Brunson taking a tremendous leap that not many of us saw coming. So, pairing him with Beal, a player who has shown to thrive playing next to another dynamic guard, could boost the Knicks' chances at contention next season. Pretty much the only hurdle here is that I think that the Knicks will wait later in the summer for another potential star to be available via trade instead of taking on this expensive gamble on Beal. At the end of the day, those are just my thoughts on the Bradley Beal situation, so be sure to comment down below where you would like to see Bradley Beal end up next season. And out of the Miami Heat and Phoenix Suns, which team is more likely to be title bound with the addition of Beal? Let me know in the comments section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.